Hi. I'm Sarah. Most of you watching this probably know that. I used to do this thing that I called Sarabella Speaks, and I would vlog once a week or once a month about whatever was going on in my life. It's been a few years since I've done that, and I feel called to share right now in all of my truth and vulnerability and current state. It is currently, it's almost May 1st, 2020. We are almost 2 months into a global pandemic, but it started much before 2 months ago. And it's been hard. It's been illuminating. And just like the full moon illuminates the shadows, this shift has illuminated the collective and individual shadows. And that's not what I wanted to talk about. But that is what's going on. And anyway, since it's been a while now, it's day who knows what. Someone was saying like the 10th anniversary of the 49th day of April. But we've all been now isolated or quarantined or however long, and most of us, as my friend said, if you're in touch with reality, are in some state of depression. It's depressing not being able to go outside, not being able to see friends or loved ones, not be able to do what you are called to do. A lot of us can't work anymore. And we have no control. We have absolutely no idea of what's going on. At least like before, everything is always unknown. This is one of the givens of the universe. The universe is constantly in change, and you never know what's happening the next day. We could, any one of us, die tomorrow for no reason at all. Or a reason, whatever. That's a given in life. Death is a given. But we had some semblance of knowing. I could travel to another province or another country and see my friends and family. I could travel freely and safely, and I have the privilege to be able to do that. Granted, many people in the world do not. That's another shadow. We can talk about that sometime. And how my father brought up today that, I'm in a very wonderful country, Canada, very, very much blessed to be here and privileged. And we were talking about clean water, because that's something that in my travels around the world, I've noticed some countries don't have clean water. And this is a necessity. And my father was pointing out that there are people in Canada who do not have clean water. And we don't talk about that. There are, like, the Native Americans whom we as settlers, what's the word? Well, there's many words. But we displaced them and put them on camps. And some of them, maybe many of them, I'm not educated on this, don't have clean water. They have shitty housing. It's just terrible. But we don't talk about it. We don't talk about all the shitty things going on in the world. What's wrong with people? This is important. And I'm of the believer that one person can make a change. One person can make a difference. And there's so many of us on this planet. If every one of us did something about it, there we go. Simple, right? I was going to talk about how, helpless and hopeless I feel, and how I'm 31. I am a grown adult. still living in my mother's basement. Now, I'm very grateful for this, and it's worked out for many reasons. But last year I moved out and I was living on Vancouver Island, and I was living my dream, working a job that I loved, teaching circus and aerial arts every day, and sharing my love of movement and play and performing. And then I got super injured. I was in so much pain I couldn't sleep, and I couldn't teach properly anymore because I couldn't use half of my body properly without damaging myself further. So I had to quit, unfortunately, and I didn't know what to do. Being in a state of pain and distress, it's very challenging. So I made choices about, returning home. And before all of this pandemic happened, I was coming out of my personal funk of being in this state of like, oh my God, I'm now 31. What am I doing with my life? I mean, I've had a blessed, blessed life of traveling and performing and training, but now I'm like, okay, what do I do now? How do I make a living in this society? I have many skills and talents and things I could do, but it felt really hard to me. It felt really hard, and I'm still in pain. I'm in much less pain these days. The pandemic and certain things shifting online has allowed me access to dance classes, Gaga specifically, that has helped me heal my body. Moving every day has helped me. And just even having the release of the pressure of having to figure out what I'm doing with my life because everyone is at home not doing anything has allowed my nervous system to relax enough to allow my body to finally heal. It's a very slow process for those of you who have been injured, and I feel like mine maybe is even rapid because of this, so I'm grateful. But I'm constantly back in the state of like, oh my God, what do I do? What am I doing? Where am I going? What am I going to do after this? Like, I wanted to move back to the islands, and now because of COVID and the pandemic, I'm like, should I? Shouldn't I? Can I? What do I do? Like, it's just... I don't really want to stay here either, because, I mean, it's hard. But as many spiritual teachers would say, sit with what is. Sit with the pain, sit with the displeasure, the discomfort. Sit with it. Listen to it, hear the messages. They're starting to reopen up services in some places in the world. And I'm really curious about what's going to happen. If we're ready. Well, maybe we're never ready. That's another question. But, yeah, what is the best choice right now? What is the best course of action? None of us know. So I guess I'm just here to say, I really don't know. I'm trying to trust the process, and I'm getting really stuck in my head a lot of the time. I'm losing my body. Depression can be seen as a period for deep rest, but also deep loneliness. And also, like, loneliness from ourselves, escape from ourselves. One of my favorite ways to come back is Mother Nature and the earth. And right now in the Northern Hemisphere, she's blooming. Finally! And Yeah. I don't know, these are just some random thoughts about my life and my experience. I don't know if they're helpful. May 1st is Beltane, May Day. And to be quite honest, I don't even remember what that festival is all about. I know I've celebrated it before, and I've completely forgotten what rituals I do. But I know it's a time to honor the Mother Earth, the feminine. So getting back into the yin flow, movement, dancing, nurturing. Let's do it. Let's not force, please. Let's not force anymore. Let's not push. Let's not strive. Let's not fight. I'm really sick of the toxic masculine way of being. Please, can we be nurturing and loving and kind and caring? I think that would be really nice. So from my loving heart to yours, I feel you in many, many of the states that you might be feeling right now. And I get it. Please be gentle with yourself and with others. We're all going through this. Many, many, many of us. So, blessings, love, and try and sit with it if you can and embrace it all.